A village, nestled near a winding river, thrived on its waters, which provided fish, fresh water, and life. But those who lived there also knew the river had its secrets, a dark history of sorrow, whispered among the elders. Ekele was a bright young man, strong and eager to prove his worth. Though he respected his mother, Mama Adana, he often dismissed her fears as old wives' tales. On a sunny morning, his two friends, Buchi and Dike, visited his home. "Ekele, the river is teeming with fish today," Buchi called out, his voice brimming with excitement. "Let's go fishing before others get there." Ekele's eyes lit up with the prospect of adventure and a bountiful catch. But Mama Adana, standing at the doorway, frowned deeply. "My son, do not go to the river today," she warned, her voice heavy with unease. "I had a dream last night, one filled with blood and sorrow. The river is not safe today." Ekele laughed nervously, brushing off her concerns. "Mother, it's just a dream. I'll be fine. Besides, Buchi and Dike will be with me." Mama Adana grabbed his arm, her voice trembling. "Ekele, listen to me. Dreams are messages, and this one was clear. Stay here, my son. Let the river be." But the thrill of the river and the encouragement of his friends were too enticing. Ekele kissed his mother on the cheek and promised to return before sunset. With his fishing net slung over his shoulder, he left, ignoring the tears streaming down Mama Adana's face as she called after him. The three boys laughed and joked as they approached the river. Its waters shimmered under the afternoon sun, but there was an eerie stillness in the air. Unbothered, they began casting their nets and splashing in the shallow waters. Hours passed, and they caught a few fish, but the bounty they had hoped for was nowhere to be found. As the sun began to set, Buchi and Dike whispered among themselves, their jovial demeanor replaced by something darker. Ekele noticed their hushed tones and suspicious glances but thought little of it. "Ekele," Dike said suddenly, "let's go deeper into the forest. There's a spot where the fish are bigger and more plentiful." Ekele hesitated, glancing at the darkening sky. "It's getting late. My mother will worry." But Buchi laughed, clapping him on the back. "Just one more catch, Ekele. Then we'll go home." Reluctantly, Ekele agreed, and the three ventured deeper into the woods until they reached a secluded part of the river. It was quiet, too quiet. Before Ekele could cast his net, he felt a sharp pain on the back of his head. He staggered forward, turning to see his friends holding knives. Their eyes were cold, devoid of the friendship they once shared. "Why?" he gasped, clutching his bleeding head. Buchi and Dike did not answer. They moved swiftly, their blades cutting into Ekele's flesh. His screams echoed through the forest, mingling with the sound of the rushing river. The friends, now betrayers, walked quickly, taking parts of his body for reasons only they knew, perhaps rituals, perhaps greed. When Ekele's lifeless body fell into the river, it was as though the water mourned. The current slowed, carrying his remains downstream, as if to cradle the boy who had defied his mother's warning. That was the last time anyone saw Ekele alive. When failed to return that evening, Mama Adana's heart sank. She lit a lantern and sat on the porch, waiting. But dawn came with no sign of her son. The village men organized a search, scouring the river and the surrounding forest. Days later, they found Ekele's torn clothes, a blood-stained fishing net, and faint traces of blood on the riverbank. His body was never found. Buchi and Dike claimed they had lost sight of Ekele in the dense forest and returned home, thinking he had taken another path. Their story was riddled with inconsistencies, but they stuck to it, avoiding suspicion by helping in the search and showing grief in public. Distraught, Mama Adana and Ekele's father, Papa Ekele, sought answers from a powerful witch doctor in a neighboring village. The witch doctor performed rituals and communed with the spirits. She revealed that Ekele had been betrayed and killed by those he trusted most. "The spirits show me two shadows with him," the witch doctor said, her voice heavy with foreboding. "They turned on him, spilling his blood. But the river hides the rest. The truth lies buried in their silence." Mama Adana and Papa Ekele returned to the village, consumed by grief and anger. Confronting Buchi and Dike, they demanded the truth. But the boys denied everything, maintaining their innocence. Months turned into years. Buchi and Dike grew older, each living with the weight of unspoken secrets. Strange misfortunes followed them: illnesses, failed harvests, and whispers of curses. Yet they never confessed, even as the villagers' suspicions lingered. To this day, the truth of what happened to Ekele remains a mystery. Some believe the witch doctor's vision, while others think the river itself claimed Ekele as punishment for venturing too close to its secrets. In the quiet of the night, when the river's currents grow restless, villagers swear they hear whispers, Ekele's voice, calling for justice, carried by the wind. And so, the river flows on, carrying with it the weight of a secret that may never surface.